Hello again, everyone. This is Game Collector, and I'm back with another Transformers animated figure. This week we have Transformers animated Voyager Megatron, or as I like to call him in his alt mode, Space Roach. And you can clearly see why, but that's only because he's not completely transformed. If you have the wings tucked in, yeah, it makes him look like a spaceship that also looks like a cockroach. And transformation not quite pegged in. There we go. Yeah, that happens sometimes. On the underside, he has the little wheels and this little piece for the landing gear or something. Kind of rolls around. And as for the toy, if you're wondering, this is supposed to be the front. Though, if you have seen screenshots of it in show, the cannon, this giant chunk right here, would be right here, sticking underneath it. But they clearly could not get the mechanic for that to work at all. Oh well! Moving on, and transforming him. Now, I've had this toy for a while, and I really don't use the instructions, as you probably noticed this with all of my stuff. I kind of leave the instructions out because Hasbro, as of late, kind of transforms stuff wrong. So, yeah, I do this all by memory. All of it. Anyway, start back here by taking these little two pieces that are normally connected, or would be connected. Start them like this. And then extend them out, like so. At the other end, transform him partially back into Space Roach. God, I wish I had an echo effect for that. But again, I got what this is what I have to work with. Now, let's see. Hold him steady, and there's a peg here that goes right in there, and you want to pull them apart on both sides. So now, next step, turning him back over and getting his legs straight. Now all that's left to do with the legs is fold out the feet. And there. Now he's kind of standing. Okay, so now that we're done with the legs, it's time to work with the upper body. Now, if you'll notice here, and I did this myself a while ago, there is a chunk missing. Yes, I cut that part of the strut out for reasons. Because the toy was supposed to be reinforced for safety, blah, blah, blah. That's a fairly common issue on this toy. And during that time with the knife, it kind of discolored his plastic here and here. I don't care. He can hold his gun. He can have his arm completely flat against his arm and not look like a moron anymore. That's all that really mattered to me at the time, and that's why I did it. This was my very first toy mod ever. Anyway, one of the things you first want to do is remove this giant chunk of plastic. We'll put it back on later. And I'm going to stand him up for this. Raise the camera up. You pull the arms, or either way, you can put it down first, which means pushing the stomach in a bit. Now, it doesn't really click into place, but it is quite secure. Pull the arms apart. and the head will rise up on its own. And then all you have to do is use them ratchety joints to get the arms in place. Eee. Hope that didn't strip it. If you're wondering what that click, 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 click was, that's the sound of this doing this. Yeah, like that. Now, he does have to have his arms stuck out a little bit, but he actually can have the fusion cannon attached to his arm properly. And you can't see all of him. Well, there we go. So much better. Now, he does have two gimmicks, aside from the whole transformation thing, which is kind of what animated was all about. But this guy's actual gimmick was this. Launching missile, bullet, energy blast, whatever, and his gun has a sword mode, and all you have to do is pull this back piece up and fold this piece in, and then fold it back down. And then you have giant arm, sword, gun thing. Yeah, I don't get it either. And yeah, his hands are always stuck open, and his fingers are made of transparent rubbery plastic. I don't know why they did it either. Okay, as for his bio, because I don't have the box to this one, and if I do, I don't know where it is. And that's usually how it will go with anything bigger than a deluxe. The deluxes thankfully come on cards, which can be organized and put in cabinets easily and can't get lost because they're cards. Big cards, but still cards. Let's see. Back at Cybertron, when it is late at night and very dark, robots will tell each other stories of the war. They spin stories about the deeds of Megatron, and though robots don't feel the cold, the listeners shiver. The only ones who don't enjoy a scary Megatron story are the old ones. The ones who were there. The old Autobots remember the real Megatron. Many of them bear scars sustained in the heat of his fusion cannon. Okay, wait a minute. It says fusion cannons, and he only has one. Or deeds delivered by his powerful swords. Again, I'm only seeing one sword attached to his arm. To those old robots, Megatron is no monster. He is a warrior so vicious and terrible that monsters pale in comparison. Galactic powers and abilities. No known weaknesses. Scientific, strategic, and engineering genius. Fusion cannon can disintegrate up to 40 feet of solid steel. His eyes are light-piped, and you're probably going to hate me, or just think I'm plain stupid because I don't have the little pocket flashlight anymore. It's not gone. It's not broken. Well, it is gone because I misplaced it, which is not something new for me to do. I often lose things by putting them down somewhere and then forgetting where I put them initially. So yeah, no real super light pipe effects today. I'm sorry. I could do a makeshift with another toy accessory, but I'd rather not. I'd like to save that for another toy. at another date, and then probably from that moment on you'll get to see this toy's accessory be in use. And that's it for this week with Animated Megatron. I hope you enjoyed the video, or will enjoy it. Either way, you might watch it and have fun. Alright! I'm not done yet. Since my mind usually likes to wander off in various directions, I need to show you his posability. Thankfully, I didn't forget that this time like I almost did last week, and the week before that, and probably the week before that too. So, he has ratcheting joints in his shoulders, both of them. I'm showing you the left arm, and he has a double jointed elbow, so he can do that. While it doesn't really matter, his wrists are also articulated. Only so they can turn. Oh, stuck. Ah, there we go. His head can't really turn 180 degrees due to his a clamshell plate. It's kind of hard because animated characters are have notoriously gigantic chins. This arm is, even with the mod, it's still a little wibbly. Well, not so much wibbly as it is a little weight. It has a little weight bearing on it, so it kind of makes the arm wibbly. The back skirt can be pulled up for leg articulation, and he has ratcheting. He's a lot of ratcheting joints. Just about every joint on him, except for his wrists and neck, are ratcheting. He doesn't have a waist joint, and that's partially due to his transformation. Now, his feet also don't have ratcheting joints, and that's also due to transformation. And they really can't do very much. They can be moved forward and back, and that's pretty much it. Now, am I forgetting anything else? Covered posability, covered the bio, covered the transformation, covered his gimmicks. No, I think that's it. Well, I will see you all next week again, and hopefully I won't forget anything else. And because I'm going to be doing mostly deluxes and ones that don't require any other toys with them, you'll know why, because I might cover them both at a later date, and probably at the same time, just to make it easier on myself. I will see you next week. Later.